Last year, Adobe added the Essential Graphics functionality into Premiere Pro. If you don't see it, you just go to Windows and Essential Graphics. What this does is, if you go to Browse, you'll see that they added some templates that you can use of theirs. I'll just grab one, and you drag it down on over whatever video it is you're working with, and notice what it does. It has this kind of little live in the upper corner thing that you can move around and play with. You can change the text in it just by going under Essential Graphics and Edit and change the text there, enter, and it's going to update. Something you can also do is create a few of your own. So for example, I've got this one of mine that I have that kind of plays during a video, comes out from the side, stays on as long as I want, and then goes away. Same thing, I can just change the text. The best way to do this, in order to get some of these nifty graphics to go along with it, is to do it in After Effects. So for the purpose of this tutorial, what I'm going to do is show you how to create this template in After Effects and then use it in Premiere Pro. Now I'm in After Effects. What you're going to want to do is go New Composition. You can name it if you want. In this thing, we'll say my social flyout, because that's what I'm going to use this for. You want to try to get your presets to match whatever it is you're doing within Premiere Pro, specifically the width and height. Not a huge deal if it doesn't match, because you can adjust it after the fact, so that's fine. And then hit OK. Next thing you want to do is add whatever text that it is you want to add. In my case, I'm going to add my name, which is in black. So let's switch that to white so that we can actually see it with the black backdrop. If you want to use black text, simply right-click on your composition, go Composition Settings, under Background Color, click on it and change it to something else. So let's say I want to use a black text. You can just change that to white. Now I can change my text back to black. So that's my name. And I'm going to want a social media reference. So we'll just duplicate that, drag it down, double click into it. That's my Instagram, should you feel like following me. What I'm doing here is I'm just kind of transforming it just a little. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this. I'm assuming you have a basic knowledge of After Effects. I also want to do some kind of a box or graphic around it. You can import something, or in my case, I'm just going to draw something. So I'm going to take my pen tool, I'm going to pick a fill color that I want. Yeah, actually, let's stick with the blue. That looks fine. And now I want to draw maybe kind of a partial shape here. Just grab the corners to move it however you want. I can change the stroke color if I wanted to. I don't, but maybe I'll change the thickness on and make it a little bit thicker. So let's go at 10. And what happened was it put the shape layer on top of my text because it added it new, so just grab it and drag it underneath. Once again, I'm not going into a whole lot on how to adjust this stuff. So I'm happy enough with that, at least for now. So next thing I want to do is, of course, add some animation to go along with this. I just don't want it to be sitting here, right? Well, we know my start point is here, or my finish point is here, and I want that to come in 1 second. Yeah, let's go 1 second. And once I've got that, click on the little position. Notice it's going to add the little triangle there. You're going to want to do that for all of these. That's my final endpoint. And I'm going to go back to my start point, and I'm going to move everything to where I want it at the start. So what I did there, in case you didn't notice, is I just grabbed all three. That way it selects all three, and they're all going to move in the same framing and time frame. I'm going to drag it off screen to where I don't want it. And let's play it. And as you can see, it just comes in from the side and stops there. So this is all I want. Now here's the cool stuff. If you go to Windows and you're going to want Essential Graphics, it won't be up by default. So go Essential Graphics, and then you're going to want to select your composition. If you've got multiples, it'll have a list here. In this case, MD Social Flyout is the one that I want. Next thing you want to do is hit this Solo Supported Properties. You notice now we just changed all of this popped out down here. The editable fields, I'm going to want to edit my name, and I'm going to want to edit the social. So let's say I'm doing some type of a program where I'm interviewing somebody or talking to somebody, or multiple people are on screen, and I want to pop out for each person. I don't have to come back into After Effects and do this every time. I want to be able to do it quickly within Premiere Pro. So once I've hit my Solo Supported Properties, then you just go down to your text field, hit this source text, drag that up. So now you see I've got source text and @MiloPhoto. So I'm going to rename this to social, so that way I can put whatever social media it is that I'm working with. Go down to my name now, same thing, grab the source text, drag it up there, and I'm going to change that to name. You can move these around if you want, so since my name's on the top down there, I can drag and pull it up there. It doesn't really matter too much. Next thing you want to do is go Export Motion Graphics Template. Since I didn't save it before going Export Motion Graphics Template, it'll just ask me to save it, save the project. Here you're going to select where you want it to go. So if you are using shared libraries with maybe other Premiere Pro users, you can save it to that cloud storage. I'm just going to save mine to my local templates folder. Hit OK. I'm going to jump back into Premiere Pro. I don't care about that one. That was the one I was showing you earlier. Don't care about that one. I'm back on my video. I'm in my Essential Graphics. I go to Browse. It's going to go to My Templates by default, all the way down to the bottom. And we should see that new Untitled one that I just created. Drag it onto your timeline. And let's see what happens. There we go. Plays out. How do we edit this now? Just click on it, and notice now in the Essential Graphics Browse Edit, we can change our name. So let's say I'm talking to John Smith. I want something for him, and his Instagram or whatever is at John Smith. And voila. That's pretty much all there is to it. This is really nice. You'll find if you do a lot of over and over again the same type of flyout, you can create it, save it, and be consistent about it rather than having to do it each time. It's quite the time saver.